Well, hello. All right. I am so happy to be here. I'm Pauline Erickson, and I am a yoga teacher. I am coming on today because I noticed something in my own life today, and I really wanted to share it. Have you ever experienced a change in your daily routine? A change in how your daily life looks and feels, like something changed, and it's the first time that you're moving throughout your day in this new way, and there's this feeling of disconnect, like maybe a feeling of loss, a feeling of, well, this is different, something feels off, something feels weird, right? So I think we can all share something that has changed in our life. And when you're starting out on this new way of being in your day, you feel it. So to put this in a personal story to help really explain what you might feel, what it might look like in your life. So today, after my yoga class, I teach yoga, and after class, I normally go in from studio back into the house and connect with my daughter, see what she's up to. She'll usually share with me something fun she's doing, or maybe we might even decide to do something together, right? There's this habit of, after I get done with class, I go into the house and I connect with my daughter. And today was her first day of school. And so, I realized I took her to school, so I knew what was going on in the day, right? But there was something about the moment I finished class, I'm instantly in my head and in my heart thinking I'm going to go next door and connect with my daughter. There's this instant like, oh, I can't do that. She's not there. There was this awareness of reality, right? That moment when reality is like right there. Like you can taste it. It's hitting you in your gut, right? And so, it could be something different for everybody. It could be a new healthy habit you're doing. It's any habit, any routine that might have changed. Maybe we used to do something for exercise, and now we can't do that particular exercise for X, Y, or Z reason. And we are starting some new program. We're starting something new, and oh my gosh, it just feels uncomfortable. It feels weird. It feels off. It's not comfortable or normal, or maybe a new job, right? There can be all kinds of bigger things than, just your daughter going to school, right? But here's the thing. I noticed the way I felt. And, feel free to share in the comments how you've noticed this experience. But for me today, it showed up feeling a loss. I felt a longing. I felt, I really wanted to do that and I can't. I felt a disconnect, really. I felt so disconnected to my daily routine, how I show up in my day and how I'm used to feeling. I'm used to feeling connection. I'm used to feeling a certain way, and now that's changed. And so when that happens, you can just quickly, sometimes we just quickly, oh, well, and just move on to the next thing. And sometimes it's really emotional. It can be really like, take your breath away, right? And so I wanted to share alternative nostril breathing practice with you in case it's something simple and easy to do. In case you ever notice that you're feeling disconnected from yourself or from your life, or feeling emotional, feeling stressed, feeling anxious. There can be all kinds of different things that we feel. And this practice will help you feel grounded. It can bring a calm ease and a connection with yourself and your breath. And so let's go ahead and do that together now. And all it requires is a hand. And we're going to, there's lots of different ways people practice alternative nostril breathing, and they're all great and good, right? I'm just going to share with you how I simply do it. I keep it pretty darn simple. And that is, I'm going to plug one nostril with my thumb. Okay. And then when I plug the other nostril, I like to use like either my middle finger or my ring finger. You know, I've even maybe used, I don't really like the pinky, but you know, we all have different shaped hands, so you figure out which finger is going to work for you. But that's all we're doing. We're plugging a nostril and then we're plugging the other one. Plug. You can even hold the two together for a moment, right? And just get used to what that feels like. And now we're going to add the breath work with it. Before you do this with me, I do want to say, please don't try to force air through a plugged nostril, okay? Like if you're dealing with a cold or you're stuffed up, allergies, whatever reason, it's hard for air to pass through a nostril. Don't try to force it through. Just breathe through your mouth like you normally would do. The other thing I think is really important, first of all, because alternative nostril breathing, it helps decrease anxiety, and we often do it for when we're feeling anxiety because it can help support, alleviate the anxiety. The last thing I want you to do is try to force yourself to keep to a certain pace or rush through this breathing practice, because that will actually increase anxiety, right? So what you want to do, you want to have the mindset that you are with your breath, that you're connecting with your breath, and you're patient with your breath, that you're patient with yourself. And you'll see what I mean here in a moment. I want you to fully inhale, and I want you to be able to fully exhale. Okay, without rushing from one thing to the next. Just be present with your breath. And now let's begin. Inhaling through one nostril. Plugging and exhaling out the other nostril. Inhaling. Then plugging and exhaling out the new nostril. Inhale again. Plug and exhale out the new nostril. Fully exhaling. Then inhale. And plug. We're always exhaling out the newly opened nostril. And you're inhaling fully before plugging that nostril. And just allow the breath to be complete before plugging and exhaling again. Let's do 3 more. One more. And now sit quietly and notice how you feel. Notice how the breath feels through your nostrils. Notice how your head space feels. Notice how your heart space feels. This is alternative nostril breathing. Please practice it anytime that you want to connect with yourself, to calm, get centered, and ground yourself. Namaste.